Hello, traveller. I am Philippe V, first king of the Bourbon dynasty, and responsible for the construction of this beautiful palace, which replaced the Alcázar of Madrid, accidentally burned down in 1734. We have travelled to the 9th century to learn about the origins of Alcazar. Madrid then is still Arab and is called Mayret. The origin as a fortress is due to the fact that the Emir of Cordoba raised a citadel to watch out and control the Christian incursions towards Toledo. Around it were other buildings that welcomed a growing population, forming what was known as the Almond De La Citadelle. The name of the Almondía Cathedral refers precisely to the Arabic name of the civil settlement. The Great Mosque of Kibera occupied the place of the current cathedral. The wall that surrounded the fortress also extended to the rest of the city. In the year 1085, Alfonso VI takes hold of Mayret after the fall of the Kingdom of Toledo, and in subsequent countries, the Muslim fortress will be transformed into the Castilian royal castle. Enrique III raised different towers, giving it a more palatial look, and his son, Juan II, built the royal chapel and the rich room. In addition, over time, other elements were Christianized. An example of this was the construction of the church at Santa Maria. During the 16th century, Charles I and his son Philip II will convert the old fortress into an authentic palace, taking advantage of the change of capital from Toledo to Madrid. Carlos I builds the tower that will take his name, as well as the halls for the Queen around the eastern patio and the royal chapel in the central section. The Golden Tower was erected by Philip II and was finished off with a slate spire in a flamenco style similar to those of El Escorial. It became the symbol of power. In addition, Philip II built the Royal Armoury in the south section, which was accessed from the palace through a passageway. The armoury occupied the area of the cathedral's crypt of the Almondina and was part of the royal stables complex. During the 17th century, the Alcazar continued its refinement, becoming more ornamental, with thinner walls and open windows. The most important change took place in the facade, where the two central towers were demolished and a twin tower was built on the other side, for the Queen, the Golden Tower. It was Philip IV who inserted his shield on the facade and placed an equestrian statue of his own in the square, where he created a large arcade with a triumphal arch at its entrance. In that area, Velázquez painted Las Niñas, representing one of Alcazar's rooms. When I was crowned king in 1705, this Alcazar seemed vulgar, cold and untidy, and certainly far from my refined French style. Unfortunately, the poor Alcazar burned down in 1734 on Christmas Eve. The culprit of the fire that destroyed at least 500 valuable paintings was never determined. We managed to save Las Niñas and the portrait of Carlos V of Titan, among a few others. It is said that even the Peruvian melted gold looked like bright cakes after 4 days of fire. On account of bad luck, Spain now enjoys a beautiful illustrated palace on the old Alcazar and can only be seen and visited through the virtual reality of Imogen. Au revoir, traveller. Enjoy my palace.